This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and William Hill. Delighted today to be joined for the first time with Sonny Liston Ali. I don't know how much has been the first time because every single person that comes up to me always talks about me looking like you and this and that, but that's what it is, mate.
My mum was a bat back in the day, let's put it that way.
But, you know, you could say two good-looking people, mate. That's what it is.
That's it, yeah, that's it, definitely.
Well, we'll sort of talk about actual proper boxing. We've just had a hard session today. Other than that, how's things been, mate? Sort of just sort of at the start of your camp now.
Yeah, really good, mate. Like after the last fight, I think the last fights were my best fights so far. So yeah, just have a little reflect on that. There's still stuff that obviously I'm doing wrong that we need to work on. But we took a lot of good from the fight as well. So yeah, man, literally just since then I've still been in the gym, just been ticking over, like still trying to perfect my craft. And yeah, man, we're ready for this one. Literally, date couldn't come soon enough. So 8 weeks time on the Dennis McCann and Baluta on the card. And what a fight that's going to be as well, isn't it?
100%. And how important is it to learn from sort of the thing that you're not doing right? Because it's easy sort of in the early career to focus on all your strengths and, you know, I'll focus on what I'm good at. But is it also important to focus on, I'm not as good here and I could be better there? Is it important to sort of have more emphasis on your weaknesses rather than your strengths?
100%. Literally, as you just said, yeah, that's probably more important than focusing on the stuff you're doing wrong. Because listen, I don't like people blowing smoke up my arse all the time. So listen, I know I've got so much to work on. I know I'm still like nowhere near where I can be. But the glimpses I show, like in the gym, in the gym, outside gym, in the fights, the glimpses I show, listen, I know that I could go all the way, mate. Hopefully, so yeah, man, that's what it's all about, mate. Just perfecting the craft and getting it now, innit?
And how good is it that you're getting all these opportunities where you're sort of learning? You think you was on the Joyce Yang undercard, still sort of getting a big push from Frank Warren. How important is these sort of opportunities that you get to learn as much as you can and perfect your craft in a way?
Yeah, 100%. Listen, mate, I'm so grateful because listen, there's boys in the gym that are really good as well, and obviously, unfortunately, they're not getting the opportunities that I'm getting. So. I can only be grateful. Big thank you to Andy Ayling, big thank you to Frank Warren. Yeah, man, literally it was just gratitude, you know. I'm so grateful to be on them, and yeah, that's it, man. Hopefully one day I'll be headlining one of these shows, you know what I mean?
100%. And is it important that every time when you've got these levels and you think this is your first 8 rounder, early in your career that you're stepping up the levels every time, do you know what I mean? So different fight, you're having different challenges and they're providing different sort of things, so eventually when you get into a 50-50, you might have seen it all in a way?
Yeah, in a way, yeah, of course. I mean, I only done 2 4-rounders, and they was both in the space of 2 weeks of each other. So I've done 2 4-rounders, and then since then it's all been 6. But yeah, man, we just want to get moving now. We want to get our name out there, and we want to start progressing in there. So obviously, get this 8-rounder out of the way, and hopefully it's a big step up after that. But yeah, like as you say, when it comes to learning and stuff like that, I mean, I've said this in various other interviews. I say it to Will all the time. It takes 2 to tango. I mean, when you're in there against someone that's not really your level, you do seem to fucking scoop down to their level type thing, like, and it becomes unawful. Like I'm in there sparring O'Hara Davies. He's coming in to be soon to be world champion. I'm sparring like all these other upcoming fighters. So I'm used to that. I'm used to good tough fighters, and you get in there against these unorthodox journeymen, and they're throwing wild shots and that. And it's hard to prepare for in a way. So yeah, in that sense, you are learning. You learning the unorthodox side, and you learning that shots are coming out of anywhere. But yeah, when it comes to me wanting to step up, I think I'll actually be a better fighter when I get in there in 50-50 fights and proper test the fights, because as you say, it takes 2 to tango.
Absolutely, and that's a good thing that you mentioned there, because I've always said it. I said you probably learn more, and you probably have a lot more success when you're fighting guys that almost want to fight you back in a way, that they're coming to sort of win, and the guys that you face that they're not really coming to win. There's no disrespect to you, but
they're doing their job. They're tough journeyman job. I mean, they're doing their job of bringing me on in a way, sort of thing. Don't get it twisted. If you're shit, if you're rubbish, they will beat you. You will lose to them. But in the sense of it, they're so tough. They make you work. And listen, the best thing to do as a journeyman is to stop them, because that's a big statement there and then. Just stopping a journeyman, because they don't get stopped. especially the ones I've been fighting like the best of the journeyman, if you know what I mean. So yeah, man. Listen, I'm happy with how it's going so far, and yeah.
But is it also better in a way where you have to sort of work harder for it, like things that you're training for? If you actually do end up stopping them, and I know sort of you haven't got a stoppage yet, but if you do end up working and getting that stoppage, it's even better because you know you've sort of had to work a little bit harder for this.
Yeah, 100%. That's it. I mean, that's one of my issues. That's what we're working on at the minute. Like I say it in every interview before the fight. I say it all the time before. I'm like, no, I'm not going in there for a stoppage. I'm going in there just to win. But listen, deep down, as everyone knows, but you want a stoppage in it. Like we all want the stoppages. So that's what I need to work on now, man. Just not going in there looking for it. Because when you look for it, it don't come. Do you know what I mean? Like it's never gonna come when you're going in there trying to like load up big punches. So yeah, I need to be a bit like that's one of the things we work on. I need to be a bit more relaxed and just let it flow, sort of thing. Let it flow, and then the knockout will come. So yeah, man, like it's hard one because like you say, I've got no knockout. I've had 6 fights now, and not a single knockout. Like obviously, I've seen all these posts and I've got fucking pillow hands or whatever it is, pillow punches and this and that. Like, and I'm starting to think, well, have I got pillow punches? But then deep down, I know that I'm not people out inspiring. I'm hitting hard on the pads. I'm hitting hard on the bag. Like I know that I can hit. So it's like it's just getting that transition now to not load up, and it's not about trying to hit hard. It's just you let it come. Do you know what I mean? So.
Is it hard not to beat yourself up in a way? Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful here, but when you have 6 fights and you haven't stopped them, it's like people will form opinions of you, people think this and that, and is it hard to sort of just focus on what you're doing and not really give a shit about what people got to say?
For me, like, listen, I'm tough-skinned, though. Like, I've gone through a lot in my life. Like, there's nothing like anyone can say that's gonna make me go, oh, fuck, like, do you know what I mean? Oh, I'm a pussy, this and that. Nah, but like, at the end of the day, the win is the most important thing. Like, that's all I care about at the end of the day. Like, when I know for a fact when it comes to the 50-50 fight, that's when I'm gonna get no stoppage. That's when I'm gonna get a knockout. So right now, listen, I'm happy. You'll think these gentlemen, they're probably fighting next week. I don't want to put them out of work. Do you know what I mean? So I'll just allow them.
Yeah, that's very true. But is it also good though? Like, is it also in a way you're gonna have to get tested to show how good you are? And is it sort of good to have that in a way where you know people are gonna have to respect me once I have a tough fight?
100%. Listen, at the end of the day, like, but who was it saying it? Usyk was saying it at one of his interviews, like when he didn't knock out Joshua, like how bloodthirsty the sport is, and that, like,
of course,
yeah, it hasn't got to be that way, has it? Like, at the end of the day, boxing is a craft, and it's a tough sport as it is. Like, let alone beating myself up for not knocking someone out. Listen, yeah, I've not even lost a round yet, so it is what it is, I suppose. And listen, a knockout's gonna come. That's all that matters.
100%. Well, Sonny Liston Ali, thank you for your time, mate, and all the best on August 18th. Have a good time, man. Thank you. Appreciate the time, mate.